and everybody, and no limitations for the live chat. You can join the live chat at any second, any moment while I'm here. By the way, I'm not always here, but now you have a chance for your question being answered. Okay, whatever question you have, and we can talk about it right here on a live stream. For the gold, we're going to talk about the heat map. We're going to talk about the pulling and stocking, volume delta, market speed, automation, because we're releasing a new scripts and we're going to give it absolutely free for you, and even some templates for automation. So guys, it's going to be absolutely fantastic and interesting. So if you want to ask me any questions, go ahead on the YouTube here and join. So here we go. I see that my mic is actually there, and yes, there is a 10 seconds delay. There is a 10 seconds delay. Okay. So let me open it on the another browser, not over here. So anyway, 10 seconds delay, but you still have a good time to ask me questions about what's going on the chart, whatever you see, or whatever you have questions about indicators, because this is a brand new technology. This is an absolutely new technology that it was not available prior when we release it on the NinjaTrader. So this is the absolutely phenomenal indicators, and the NinjaTrader is the first one that you can experience right away on the NinjaTrader. You can see how is the MBO data, which never been accessible on the NinjaTrader platform, now is actually fully compatible, and it is fully integrated with the Ninja platform. And the integration is about what it is. The integration means that you can run the same chart, and on the same chart you can trade. Right now you're seeing the heat map. So this line is the particular price level with the volume. You can put your mouse over, like what I'm doing right now. You can hover it over the price line, and you can see that there is a bunch of contracts sitting here, and the volume is 30. It was about 27 plus minus 30. Yeah, 26. And now close to the candles, it was actually 19. So you see, it is the live heat map. So map of the liquidity. That's the better term to say and better way to explain what you're seeing right now on the charts. So it is the map of the liquidity, or the volume sitting on a level 2, passive or resting or awaiting or limit orders, whatever you describe it to. Okay, now, and behind that, actually in front of that, you're seeing a footprint. It's a fully blown footprint, never been, you never seen any chart like that. Why? Because usually when anybody or somebody release the heat map, it's a heat map not integrated with the footprint. But right now you can read the footprint data, you can see the bid and ask, you can see it very clear, because the way that we released the heat map, our heat map, you see this menu, upper menu, it's heat map, and you can adjust your settings so you can clean up on the fly. Quite simple and easy. You can adjust these rulings over here, and you can adjust the numbers, click OK, and reload the Ninja script, boom, baga boom, and you're seeing it. You see the heat map so clear. This is the phenomenal view of the chart that is not like the previously. Previously, there was only one software that used the heat map. It was a book map. So the book map, heat map, is so clunky. By the way, if you open the book map, heat map on the New York session, you will have a hard time. because it's quite sluggish. And it is clunky, and it is very it's not that clear to see the price lines, because their price lines, for example, you're seeing this price line that's very clear and crispy. It's like French fries, but they have a mashed potato instead of the French fries. These lines, these liquidity lines, are really blurry on the bookmap, and when it's blurry, I mean, how could you trade? You couldn't trade particular tick. You're seeing the big picture, but you couldn't distinguish. So clear, so crispy, like what you're seeing immediately right now. And this is amazing clarity, what you're seeing right now. It is amazing clarity and an amazing quality. So this is just many people call me or send me messages and saying, "Hey, I never seen such such an incredible clarity on your heat map on the charts." So not only you can see very clearly the heat map, you can see the footprint very clearly on top of the heat map. This is another integration. And this is just like absolutely incredible. It is incredible because you can see the bid and ask. You can see the whole candles. You can see the delta right on the candles. You can see delta bubbles like over here, delta bubbles. So, and you can see the volume on those bubbles. Bookmap doesn't have it. They don't. You can't run the. If you want to run the footprint, you need to run another chart, which takes space, which takes real estate of your monitor or whatever the screen you're using, TV screen or whatever the screen you use. It takes a real estate, and they are not compatible. If you put more on there on a bookmap heat map, then it's probably gonna stop. I mean, the chart will become so sluggish, you will have a hard time to trade in real time. That's exactly what I mean. You will have a hard time to trade in real time. Your chart will be logging, and you will see the data on the chart that maybe 1 second, 2 seconds, up to 1 minute on a bookmap, below the reality or outdated. So how can you trade a bookmap which shows you the data or the charts that were there like 30 seconds ago, 20 seconds ago, even 10 seconds ago, even 5 seconds ago? It's too much money you lose with the sluggish heat maps. But this heat map that is right now in front of you is produce no delay. So it is integrated. It works absolutely fast. And as you can see, right on top of that, there is a footprint, and with the footprint, you also see imbalance zones. So these zones, this greenish zone, and this is purple kind of zone right there. It is the zone, imbalance zone, and you can see the imbalance. You can understand why it is imbalanced just by looking at the footprint. So it makes the numbers on a footprint makes a complete sense, and this is what makes the huge difference. So trading now, trading together on a footprint and the heat map makes a tremendous difference. So you don't need two software. You don't need two different kind of software. You don't need more than one chart. You can trade it right on the same chart. By the way, if you're using a NinjaTrader, it's hard to trade it on a bookmap because they don't let you trade a NinjaTrader out of the bookmap unless you have a plugins. Yeah, you can have a plugin, but you can have a bunch of the boo-boos to connect together, and with those boo-boos, it's gonna be again, it's gonna be delay in time. So you want to trade in real time. You want to trade real money, and this is the question for you. Do you want to trade real money in real time? Do you want to do automation? By the way, we're releasing some free software to automate what you're seeing right in front of you. Yeah, some indicators on level 2 and level 1, and we already released access to our MBO data. I'm going to talk about the MBO a little bit later. So right now I'm going to my Discord, and I'm gonna need to make announcements that you guys can join us on this live stream right away. If you have any questions, go ahead and type your questions in a live chat, or whatever you wanted to. You can do it on our Telegram as well. So the link to our Discord and Telegram right below. Go ahead. I will try to catch up with your questions. So, okay. Let me see. Support, claim. What do we have? Administration, news from admin. Here we go. I'm gonna produce the news, and I'm gonna say to everyone, okay, here we go. So people can join if they wanted to. So I will be here for another, I don't know, maybe half an hour, maybe a little bit more, a little bit less. And love to answer any questions that you have, guys. Okay, so I know I'm spontaneously on the live stream. This is very simple because I'd like to fill in with some explanation to you, and I have a few minutes to talk about, and I'll be glad to provide you some, information, because many people approach to me and they have a bunch of questions. But usually my streams are quiet. I'm not talking on the streams. I simply demonstrate the software. The purpose of these live streams, it is very, very simple. You never seen on a NinjaTrader ecosystem what you're seeing right in front of you. One of the reason is you see this indicator on the right side, and this is looks like a dome, right? This is look like a dome. But yes, it is the dome, but it's not just a dome. You see the numbers right on this dome, and you see the volume on the right total. It's called a total, which is a summary of this column. The first column is the number. There's a volume and there's a contract. So on the total over here, you can see that how many volumes and how many contracts is traded right on this particular, on each price line. And you see the numbers like 2 or 5 or 3, and they are highlighted. When you see a larger number, you will see the different colors. So we provided you some filtering options so you can see right on the dome. It's not just like a dome level 2, because there's some domes level 2. This is a dome, we can say it level 3. Officially, there are only level 1 and level 2 data. But the MBO, kind of in a jargon, in a cliche, it is the data level 3. The data level 3 is, and it's called the market by order, MBO. Officially, it's actually, if you go to the Rhythmic and using the Rhythmic data, it is still data level 1. But usually data level 1 is not filtered. It's not reduced to the market by order. What it means, market by order, it is the very granular data, level 1, but it is very granular, and not every software is capable to filter out and to use that. So you need to have some technology to use the data level 3, or unofficial way to say data level 3, but to say it in an official way, it is the data level 1 market by order, or MBO, market by order, MBO. So what you're seeing right in front of you, first time on the Ninja platform, never done it before, and everybody's still like, oh, is that possible? So there's a bunch of questions on the Ninja forum, on the old one. Hey, when you guys gonna release the MBO for Ninja? We already have it. So the Ninja platform is not really kind of like not yet provided what you're seeing right now. We are the first ever software company that able to understand and read the data level 1 as the market by order data and the granular data, and based on that build you a few quite fascinating indicators that you will never find anywhere else. And I'm going to explain you some of them, like icebergs, so what the difference it makes for the icebergs. Okay, let me read some of your questions. Do you only look at 30 seconds chart, or do you have other biggest time frames too? Yeah, no, 30 seconds is simply my favorite, and I make templates for a 30 seconds template for every indicator. So if you need a template of the chart with the assembly of a bunch of indicators, yeah, you go ahead and you can download it. It's absolutely free to available for the ES, for NQ, for the gold, for micro gold, and so on. But definitely you can use it on a 1 minute. You can use it. You can use this indicator on any time frame you wanted to, including on arranged time frames. So it's not a time frames; it's on arranged frames, on arranged bars. So it doesn't have to be a time frame. It doesn't have to be a 30-second. I highly recommend you, if you're a scalper, to use it on a 1-second time frame. So with the 1-second time frame, you will see much more granular and if you are if you're a scalper and if you like to do a high frequency scalping, that's exactly what this software can do for you and meant to. So you can do a high frequency trading as well if you wanted to. Let me read your second question. Can you explain what you have on the chart and how to read and trade it? Okay, now I see that there's a two-folded question, sir. So you want to know the system of trading, mechanics of trading, the trading system, which includes when to enter, when to exit, and how many ticks to take. So this is a complete trading system. And when you asking that question is, dude, like this is very loaded. Do you know how much money it costs to learn one of the trading system like that? Usually it takes a personal coaching. Now, but I'm not selling you any coaching. I'm not selling you any courses. Because this is a two-folded question now. Could you explain the indicators? Definitely. I can give you a brief view what you're seeing right now on this very screen. And if the situation on the screen will help for trading, or like it's gonna fold into the some particular scenario that I can use for trading signals, let's say, right? So, and I'm gonna explain that as well, and I'm gonna explain where to enter, where to exit, and where to put your stop losses if you wanted to. So, if this is the question, I can provide it to you, but don't think that I'm gonna give you 1 minute answer, okay? Because there's a lot of what you're seeing right in front of you. It's so much information. I can talk about that 2 hours, and it's not gonna be even enough for me to explain all of that. So let me see what I have on another chart. Because when you see this chart, I usually I have another chart, which is here we go. This is the chart. Let me put this on you so you can see it on my screen. And okay, I'm gonna add another indicator on that other chart. Just a second. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm gonna chart scroll. This is the second one. So okay, I'm gonna add it so it's gonna be evenly distributed. Fantastic. So now, okay, here we go. I'm putting another chart, which called the peak tail chart. Peak tail, it is the formation of the. Now I see in a big picture what's happening. So we actually, when we open, this is the opening today, and the price actually went slightly down. Then we start to climb, then we sell. So this is the pattern for today. We going up, and then we sell, and then we're climbing back. Now we're probably gonna make another break through this level, and we're gonna repeat this scenario like you're seeing right over here. Do you see my mouse or not? Okay, my mouse is visible, I hope, on the screen. So now if this is the scenario, okay, so then where is the best place to start trading? After you see the impulse high and the price is going back and doing a pullback, that is probably a good place to enter in. Now you see this range, this particular range is sidewalk. This range is accumulation. What we're doing, we're trying to hit. Let me expand it to a little bit more so you can see my analysis. I never trade just by one indicator, so it will be absolutely stupid for me to release a new indicator and say, hey, this is the only things you need on the planet. That's what the other sellers do. Okay, I understand. I don't want to fool anybody because trading is a profession. Okay, now let's see. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to reach. This is the range, right? Let's say this is the actual range over here. So we are accumulating right now. Okay, right below it was a false break in my library of words. Okay, in my understanding, that was a false break as well. So gold is actually fascinating. It loves to go down before it's going up. It's left to go up before it's going down. And usually when it's going into the opposite side first, and then it extended quite significantly. But now we're hitting the some liquidity probably that we're gonna use our chart right now and take a look what's going on, what's preventing the price not to able to penetrate this particular rectangle area, okay, this zone. Okay, anyway, now I've got my kind of like a view on a big picture, so I can make a decisions, and then I can see the trend. So the main trend is we're going higher, we're going up, and that's what's the first. Now you see this is the actually range. Oh, it is seconds. So I need to switch this chart. Instead of the 30 seconds range, I need to change it to range, and usually I do it like 10 range. Okay, here we go. Let's see, this chart will be get adjusted. Okay, now here we go, and okay, now so this is the 10 range. Why is this 10 range over here? Because watch another video that I have. It's called the peak tail pattern, and this is the peak tail. This is a footprint in its reduced version, as reduced as possible. Now, and the peak tail pattern tells me the momentum of the price, where it is good to enter into the long or short, because this is the peak tail pattern and this is the peak tail pattern, and that pattern usually it's like at the bottom and up, not inside of the sidewalk like right now. Right now it can be a deceptive, so you need to know distinguish the false signals from the not a false signals, right? From the true signals. So now in that video I actually explained this kind of information. So okay, so I'm gonna minimize that, but basically what's over here, we're seeing that there is some attempts to go higher, but we're still in this kind of the zone. Now, when I move out this range peak tail pattern away, I usually put it right over there, but right now I'm gonna move it to another screen of mine, so it's not gonna block the names of the indicator on the left side over here. So now you see this liquidity, okay? This is the liquidity map, and those kind of like a blue, semi-transparent blue, white turning into the blue or turning into the yellow. Those lines are orders that's sitting on the passive side of the market. So not the aggressive, like you and I, when we enter buy market, we are aggressive participants on aggressive side of the market. But these orders on a heat map, it is the passive participants that place their waiting limit orders. You see, like this guy on a 17, you see, he's a large order of volume 17, but it's a one big order, 17. So he is sitting here for a while, and we're seeing that he is spent there is quite a bit of time. So the volume over here was 24, then what, 26, now 25, 27. So plus minus 2 or 3, and this is the activity on this price line, right? On this very price line. Now we see this activity on this price line. And historically, and this is the MBO, market by order live data. So this is live resting orders, but the heat map, it is the historical record of the live orders who spend time on this particular price line. Okay, and what is the volume? So now we're seeing that there's a bunch of orders. We're sitting there for a while. You see, like, for example, we already seeing like one long time order, which was about 25, 30 over here. And the price actually came over here, penetrated this liquidity level, grabbed that, went higher, but bounced back and needs to recuperate and get some more strength. So accumulation accumulated, and now it's probably going to hit this liquidity level. So the price is, the basic rule is the price is attracted to liquidity. Yes. Number one reason is because if you are big shot, whale, you are a big organization, it's hard for you to process a lot of large volume orders all at once, and that's why you attracted the big organizations attracted to the liquidity, like you're seeing in the yellow line right over here. So the price is going over here. We're gonna see if the price will be able to go higher or not, but this is the magnet. This is the main magnet. By the way, in this heat map software, you can go and you can gauge it, you can tune it really fast right here on the screen. And we have a special filter. Look at this, where my mouse is right now. This filter is capable to add more filters, like you see right over here. This is immediate magnet. You see these yellow rectangles right over here. Those immediate magnets, the price is, while we filter out the noise from liquidity, we still want to see the immediate liquidity, and this is the filter. So it's a combination. One thing's what we do with the heat map, we clean up the junk, we clean up the market makers and some bots that actually make so much noise. And on the other software for the heat map, it's so messy because they can't clean up the way that we able to clean up our charts. But when we clean up the charts and we seeing only the liquidity levels we wanted to see, volume that we wanted to see, then at the same time we have this fantastic capacity to add immediate magnets between the levels that in the block. Okay, so this is, and price attracted to those immediate levels, like it's attracted to these rectangles, boom, it's actually digested that liquidity and now went a little bit lower. And now we're probably getting another breath of fresh, energy. Why do I say so? Let me explain it to you. You see this 4, it is kind of like a blue. This is the buying side. The left side of the footprint is the sellers, and this is the buyers. On the buyer side, you see when it's turned from green numbers like this green 1 to 4, and 4 is more like a bluish kind of Gaian color. So 3, 4, and 4, those are imbalances. It is a single imbalances. When the single imbalances one after another in the sequence of 3 or 4, it creates a zone. Like this is the zone, imbalance zone, and this is imbalance zone. There's a one behind that. So there were a lot of buying activities on these candles. That's why you see those bluish on the buying side. Those are imbalances. That means it is significantly more on the buying side diagonally than on the selling side. Okay, so that's why it is a different color, and it's quite easy to see on our software. This footprint is built for you instead of calculations and calculations and some math, you can see visually what's going on. So there is some buying activity on this candle, and I believe the price will come back again. So there's another activity that is attracted the price to go higher. It is this on this is a buyers. You see this 10, 4, and 3. Okay, this 10, 4, and 3 single imbalances. It is unfinished business because on the left side, the seller is only 0, 0, 0. And the price still went down over here. So the buyers sitting on this very candle, they are locked in into the buying positions. So the price needs to come back at least to this level 10, where the order level 10, and come back and unlock this particular order. If the buyers intended to, they will pull the price higher. And this is a really significant sign on the Asian session right now for the price to go and unlock these dues. But I believe when the price is going to go and unlock these dues in this very candle, there will come these orders, let's say, not dues. It will actually go and it's going to hunt for these orders sitting, liquidity sitting right there. Okay. Now, so this is an unfinished business, and the price is going because of there's a more than one reason why the price is going. Another reason is to read the chart. You can find another reasons by reading the structure of the candles right over here. It's kind of rotating. It's obviously now, but if you wanted to trade and make entrance into the trade, there is a few situation right over here that can tell you the story. So the candles and the footprint itself is a storytelling chart, and this chart is telling you story instead of you trying to like what actually chart is to tell the story to the chart. Okay. Okay, here we go. You see that the price actually already hit this liquidity level. The institutions can act on a both side of the market. They can act on the market orders, like aggressive side of it, and on the passive as well. So here we go. Now, what we can say that the order, the volume of like 25 or 30 is not a big deal for the price. The price, by just by looking at this very scenario, what's happening here, the price is eager to buy. You see at the very top of this candle, there is another locked buyer that's sitting the size of the 10. So the price probably come back to unlock this sitting trapped buyer at the very top. Now, so by looking at that, I can say that, okay, first, whoever the put liquidity, usually, of course, it is the institution under resting order. So there's a resting orders by institution most of the time, because you probably don't go with a volume 30, right? Volume 30, you're probably going to go with like contracts like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 contracts, and not a significant volume, right? Now, but they are, and so they can they can act on both sides of the market, okay? But most of the time, yes, it is the institutions that place their large orders on the heat map, okay? Now, you mean volumes on, your question is, why do we need to see the volumes on the footprint or a heat map or on the DOM? The things is, it depends on what kind of the trader you are. If you are trading style is day trading or a swing trading, you trading between the days on between the weeks, it's gonna be probably doesn't make too much sense. But if you are a scalper, then it's gonna make a perfect sense, because as a scalper, you would like to know immediate situation. So you can, on a footprint, you can make a decision. The footprint is giving us, number one, what footprint does. Footprint does, it shows us what actually already happens in reality. In reality, those passive orders that you see on the heat map, like this orange one, it can be placed there, but when the price approach, they may remove it, and you see it on the DOM. They may remove it. They may flip out. But when something happens on the footprint, like this bubble, there's a semi-transparent green bubble right this over here, and you can see bid and ask. It is like quite a story telling us who is in control. Who is in control? Do the price have enough energy to go higher, or the price is exhausted at the top or at the bottom of the candle? Do they do? And by the way, on the each candle, you see that there's a POC, point of control. This is the point of control with 21 number over here, right? This is the point of control of this candle. This is the point of control of that candle. This is the point of control of that candle. This is the point of control of this candle. Point of control is the maximum volume traded on the particular candle. And this itself is a great indicator to get oriented. If the price is going, it's usually going from one between, let's say, between the point of controls. Point of control, that's kind of like a benchmark if the price is have enough power to go lower or higher. Okay, so definitely you need to be discreet. It's not that simple. It's not a lottery ticket. When you see something, some scenario, you read it in a one way. No, all these numbers, oh, by the way, like for example, this is another indicator on top of the footprint. You see there is a red square and there is a green square. What is the heck it is? This is interesting situation. Let me make it larger for everybody, but the price is gonna jump. Okay, what is this? This is the imbalances, not imbalances. This is the absorption. Okay, this green one, absorption. So we have the absorption indication right on each candle, okay, on the footprint. And absorption is another thing that what give us the clue where the price is going to go or where the price is going at the particular moment of time. Okay, so when you see series of absorptions, then it tells you a story. What direction you would like to trade? Do you want to change your mind in terms of the trend and momentum direction? Because it is the hardest ever, personally for me, when the price is changing its direction and I still have my own mind to keep going up and higher, but the price may change it. So the numbers on the footprint are needed to evaluate a current situation and make sense, make a conclusion by reading this chart, what direction you would like to trade. Where do you see that it is the safe to enter in and where it is safe to exit? Okay, it gives you kind of orientation, especially when you see a combination of the different indicators as a cofactors, and you see like one or two or three. Do you want to see a one cofactor, or you want to see like two or three or four cofactors that tells you, okay, yes, you're going in the right direction. Yes, you need to stop over here. Yeah, the more signals you read from the chart, the more, let's say, the more add to your scenario that you make it when it makes sense for you, then yeah, okay, you see that prices right now is stopped at let me go to this candle right over here. Prices stopped right at this liquidity. It wasn't like a larger liquidity, 26, and there was a 22 now, but you see there's an absorption at the very bottom. Quite interesting situation. And you see that the POC on this candle, this candle, this candle, and this candle, and this candle are they about on the same price level? That is interesting, isn't it? It's not always that this POC will point of control the maximum volume on each candle will hold it, but it is definitely the sign the price is trying to stop going lower. There is a resistance. So this is a resistance level. Right now, I cannot tell you will it hold or not, but this is the sign for me. If I am in the trade right now, I'm gonna make my sense to exit or not, to add more into the buying or to add more into the selling. Okay, so each things what you see right here is a visual cue, and numbers. Sometimes you need to see the numbers that help you to understand the situation. That's why we have the charts. Okay. Let me read you other question. What we see on the chart now, including the peak chart, you show it. Which pack is this? So peak tail, it is the pack one, okay, package one, because this is the footprint. Okay, this is the footprint that I reduce it from that footprint. I reduce it to this footprint and just leave only a POC and put it on a range 10 range chart. Okay, this is the peak tail pattern. It's one of my favorite, by the way. And then this is the itself is the footprint with on the footprint itself, there is imbalance zone like this one, or like this green one, or this one, red one, reddish one, and there is absorption right there on the same footprint indicator. It's still there, and we also have an absorption. By the way, we have an absorption. Absorption, it's when the yes, this absorption rectangles is right there. Absorption rectangles, this one is right there, and it's still included on the package one for the I call it aggressive market by aggressive orders. It is the footprint basically. Okay, and where is the absorption? Okay, there's some other indicators as well, but right now it's an Asian session. It's too early to say. And you see at the very bottom, this is a speed of market. You see this speed of market, this very bottom candle. Candle. There's two of them for each footprint candle. It is a speed of market. It is definitely needed for the scalpers. If you are a scalper, then, or you do automation, or you do high frequency trading, that is the great indicator for that reason. But if you're doing day trading or a swing trading, that's maybe a speed of market not really needed for you, unless you entering in a precise moment, because you can still day trade, but you can choose a particular scenario and make a precision entrance. Yes. Okay, so this is the package one. Now, what about the heat map? Let me read you questions, and then I'm gonna answer what else. Okay, can you please elaborate on when to use past DOM and heat map? Sometimes both seems to be the same information. In one of the templates, I observed that past DOM was used for immediate past. Okay, I'm going to explain it. Okay, now, so the one package is right here on this chart, this footprint and the market speed and the delta, volume and delta. This is the second line of indicators, this one and this one. The third one, the upper one, it is package number two. I'm going to explain it later, but the package number one, these first two indicators, speed of market and volume and the delta. Okay, volume is kind of like a semi-transparent behind the delta. So we just combine two indicators into one, so it takes less space. So that is the package one. Now, what you're seeing as this heat map lines, it is the ledger, it is the package number 3. This is the ledger, right? Okay, this is the ledger. This is the ledger. This is the liquidity map. It is the ledger. Now, and this is package number 3. And now somebody asked me about the package number 2, and you see these upper indicators right over here, upper bars. You see these ones? This is pulling and stacking from the indicator called the past DOM. Past DOM to translate it to normal human English, it is basically a heat map. We simply release it as a first hour heat map type of indicators, and we call it pass DOM. But basically, it is when you see the DOM, and it's also included the DOM over here, not detailed like what you see here, but it's a pass DOM level 2, and the historical, we call it past mean historical, is the heat map. But the difference is between the ledger heat map and between the pass DOM heat map, because the ledger heat map, it's kind of like more like colors, like a blue, red, yellow, and the pass DOM heat map. Let's see if I'm able to turn it on, and if I have the data, it will do it immediately on the chart. So I'm going to the pass DOM, and I'm gonna I'm gonna show it. And I'm gonna turn off the heat map. Let's see, let's make it invisible. So I'm gonna do this and see, because the difference between the pass DOM heat map and the ledger heat map is the color scheme. Okay, the color scheme. Okay, okay. The color scheme is, oh, by the way, it's easier for me to demonstrate it not on the gold. You see, like, okay, the color scheme on the past DOM is green and red. So this is red, this is the sellers, the green are the buyers, the green are the buyers, the green are the buyers. I can turn off the footprint, by the way. I can turn off the footprint so you can see it if you need it, actually. But I can show you it more vividly. Let me open the MGC, because I prefer to use the MGC for the heat map, because the way that instruments is working. MGC. Let's see if I'm gonna turn it to MGC. Just a second. So this is the MGC Micro Gold. Let's see if I can stretch it to the full chart as well. Let's see. Just a second. Okay, do I have, yes, here we go. Here we go. So there's a more volume. I hope you're seeing this MGC Micro Gold. And now, yes, I need to add another stable centered indication. Okay, cursor scroll. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna make it like, okay, I'm gonna make like 40. Okay, price lines. Okay, apply. 1 second. Give me 1 second to adjust it. But on the MGC, because the density of the orders and the volume are higher, it's easy for me to demonstrate the past DOM as a heat map. Both of them, ledger and this one, past DOM, both of them heat maps. We just call them differently. It's the same shebang, except we have another function on the past DOM as this indicator below. You see this indicator? This is, and let me turn off the MBO. So let me turn off the MBO. MBO, I'm gonna make it what? I'm gonna make it invisible. Okay, and now on the past DOM, I'm gonna turn on the, is it a past DOM or is it a live DOM? Jeez, I forgot. Maybe, I think it is the, okay, it is the template 1 and 2. Okay, I think I can, if I apply, okay, well, we'll see it in a second, because I can do it in a few different ways. 1 second. I'd like to give you this past DOM. Okay, I think we have a live DOM, and you will see this. Just a second. Let me add it to you. Did I install it or not? Oh, BOF. Okay, live DOM over here. Okay, live DOM, and I'm gonna select some template. 1 second. This is a live DOM, and because I would like to demonstrate you a pulling and stacking, so it's gonna make sense. It's gonna make sense. I'm gonna load the template for the past DOM. 1 second. It's a small screen for me. Okay, load, and I'm gonna do this one. Okay, here we go. Okay. Load, what did I pick up? November. Live done 14 levels. Okay, good. Good. Okay, cool. And I'm gonna say okay. Now this is a live DOM level 2 DOM. Instead of the MBO, you're seeing a live DOM on the right side, right? Okay. Yeah. So now you don't see the numbers on a live DOM level 2 because this live DOM, it is the level 2. But what you're seeing on a live DOM on the right side, what you're seeing right here, you see my mouse? Let me do a little bit larger. Okay, let me do a little bit larger, move it away a little bit. You see this orders that's sitting on a live DOM. The bright red is the newly added, it is the stacking. You see it's changed the color, it's no longer new because we changed to another candle. It's updated with every candle situation right over here. But the bright is the newly added. You see this newly added sellers? And the bright, or it's not a bright, but it's kind of like a darker red. And this is a darker green on the right side. It is the newly added on the buying side. You see also those totals on the right side. Let me make it a little bit larger. 1 second. Give me a 1 second. I'm gonna go to the live DOM and I'm gonna adjust it. And the DOM width, okay, it is good. Good total. I'm gonna do what? Instead of 60, I'm gonna make 80. But then I need to move away. Right margin is what? I don't see well, but so it's gonna be 80, right? So let's see how it's gonna work. If I'm gonna increase the total, because there's a 2 bars on the right side in the DOM. It is the totals. We call them totals. Okay. I need to make them larger. Okay. Anyway. Okay. You see these 2 bars? This is the total. These 2. You see this green, this red. It's changing always, right? It is the total summary of 14 levels when I selected how many levels on this side and on this side. So the buyers and the sellers. How many levels I would like to see in total situation right over here, these 2 bars. And I can see a quickly, very fast and easy that situation. Instead of calculating, instead of seeing numbers, I see it in totals. Now I see that the pressure from the sellers, you see these sellers, that's what the pressure, and then in total you see in red. Now you see it's now filled in black on the green side. You see this in violet, black in violet border. This is removed. So this is the removed. So it's called stacking and pulling and stacking indicator. So you can see on this live DOM when somebody is stacking, that means adding more new ones, or pulling away. You see right now the situation that there's a bunch of the unfinished business happened here, and the price, that's why price is going again. Okay, so it makes sense. Now you see, but that situation on this live DOM, who pull away, and you can see it with the black background and the violet color border outline, or stacking with this dense color green or dense the dark red or dark green. Those are stacking, adding new ones. Now that situation on this DOM reflected on let me move it away. Okay, no, I can't. Reflected on, here we go, just a second. Now I'm gonna use two charts, right? You see this? This is the gold. And now this is the indicator past DOM settings that is practically taking from the live DOM pulling and stacking. This is where my mouse is. You see the upper one, horizontal one? This is the pulling and stacking for that particular candle. And you see that it's changing while the candle is developing. This indicator is developing reflect the developing situation. It's go higher and lower, not like the delta, right? I mean, even delta can be lower and higher. But you see, this is the situation right now. What's going on in this candle? Who is sellers? There's a sellers on the level 2. So basically, this indicator show us activity on a level 2. There is a sellers and buyers who supporting the or who resisting the movement on the level 2. So these indicators sitting on top show us activity on a level 2, okay? Oh, this is a quite interesting absorption, by the way. This is a fantastic absorption. You can see it on the footprint with the numbers, and there is some red bubbles, and there is green rectangles out there, which is absorption. So that movement was absorbed. That sellers were absorbed on a level 2. So okay, now so the delta for this bar was regular delta red, but you see that there's a bunch of activities in this very candle on the level 2. You see this green? On the level 2, that's how this bar is ended. So the prices actually went higher. So now that's what I called a complete order flow, because this indicator shows us situation of the buyers and sellers on the level 2, while and that's why we call it delta 2. It's a simplistic way to name this indicator, pulling and stacking delta 2, but we can do that, while the right below it is the delta 1. So what's going on right now on this chart? We're seeing that there's like a buyers start to grow over here, one candle, another. So we're seeing the growing activity on the level 2. Buyers on the level 2 on the passive limit order side of that, they are buying over here. So that's why the price is supported to go higher. Okay, and you see that price is also moving because of the aggressive buyers on the footprint. You see aggressive buyers, and the delta over here, delta level 1 over here, it's also green. When this candle, you see this is a speed of market speed, green. Last one, the large one was green over here. Okay, you see the large one was green. A lot of speed was in this candle on the buying side. The delta 1 is green, the delta 2 is green. It is the good sign, good cofactors to enter into long, right? Over here, boom. This is because it's also show the trend, green. It's growing green. Right now, it was a red. It was a pullback in this candle. Okay, and then green. On the level 2, green, pulling a second green. And this on the level 1, green. You see that it gives us a ability to read the chart on both sides of the market quite fast and easy. A situation for each candle. It's a visual presentation. We don't give you a bunch of the Excel numbers like some other people put on the footer right here. So you need to be Einstein and a major math in a college to see the numbers and calculate, and you process the numbers. We don't give you the freaking numbers if you don't want it to. Okay, we give you, it's a visual. Our indicator is more a visual, and it saves the time for thinking and making a decision, because milliseconds in your brain resulted with a billions of in your pocket, right? Anyway, I started to talk about the heat map right here. You're seeing the heat map that it is on the buying side. Instead of the red or blue over here, you're seeing the green line. You're seeing the red because it's the sellers on the heat map side. Green on the buying side of this, okay, over here below the price, and the sellers above, like exactly what you're seeing on the heat map right over here. Does it make sense, guys? Does it make sense to have a heat map that you don't have to think? I mean, I used to do both color schemes. I used to do both, okay? And it doesn't take me think twice what's going on, but doesn't make sense now that significant levels were sitting here for a while. You see it for how long they were sitting, the liquidity right there, and you can easily grasp and understand, those are buyers, side of the buyers on the on the heat map, and those are sellers on top, and it makes sense. It's much easier for me because every millisecond between I save on the connecting two neurons in my brain, okay, helps me to relax and trade in a relaxed state, because visually the color scheme is more pleasant for me now. But I still, sorry guys, there's this some noise on the streets. Okay, but still, the point for the question you ask, what's the difference between the heat map, which is blue, and this one, is not only colors. My windows are open and there's like some activities in LA. There's like so many crimes. Okay, here we go. And you also seeing this indicator pulling and stacking at the bottom, delta 2, and that is available on the package, on the second package, okay? On the second package. And this live DOM with pulling and stacking, it is package number 2, okay? So, and this color scheme, right now we have it on the live on the pass DOM, excuse me, it's a package 2. So live DOM package 2, pulling and stacking on a live DOM is package 2, pulling and stacking delta as difference, delta on the pass DOM is a package number 2, okay? So, and now it's much more pleasant for me. It makes more like a, do you have this word feng shui? How do you say it? It makes more visual order, more balanced kind of the way in terms of like, I don't want to disturb myself with too many signals on the charts. So, and this is like more calming for me, or this one is much more calming and makes much more sense. Makes much more sense to trade. So when I trade, I usually have when I trade the gold, I usually have micro gold and the gold. I have two screens right side by side. I have 5 of them, but when I trade the gold, I usually trade with the both charts, micro gold and the gold itself. Okay, so that's my style. I can explain to you later why I'm doing that. But basically, I answered your question, what's the difference between the heat map on the pass DOM package 2 and on a ledger package 3. On a ledger, it looks bluish, blue-red color scheme. Over here, you're seeing that you can change. You can change to whatever you want it to. Instead of the red and green, you can change it to whatever you want it. Okay, so but it makes more. It saves my energy in processing time. And there's some other small functions on a heat map, like on the heat map, you have these filters, like these filters that I showed to you, that are immediate magnets on the ledger heat map. You see this color scheme, which is not present on the level 2 pass DOM. But, you know, I use it for an instrument like gold, what you see right now. I love actually the package, second package. It doesn't look like a book map as a book map, but book map, I don't even think that they are so behind in technology, guys. They are now not the new they're already like they already departing from a bunch of things that they were selling before, by the way. And I can explain you because some of their concept and some of their formulas are totally doesn't make a sense. And I'm serious. Okay, it doesn't make a sense because we made analysis what makes sense, what doesn't, and some of their indicators they stop announcing them and talk about them because it doesn't make sense, and we know why. Okay, now let me see if there's some other more questions. I hope I explained it to you about this indicator that is at the bottom. And in the middle is a delta, and this is speed of market, and then the upper one is the pulling and stocking. You can gauge for, you can tune it for how many price levels you would like to summarize this pulling and stocking, okay? Because the price level, what is above the price level, there's each tick is the price level, and there's each tick down is another price level over there. You can decide to make this indicator to show you for one tick or for, and it's going to change really so many times, but or just change it like for a 10 ticks. When the price is changing, then this value is changing. Value is changing as well. So it's you can tune it up to your likeness, and the way that the chart is gonna talk to you according to your design, according to what you want to see. You're not just to slap my templates and don't even think about what's inside, but eventually you will. And some of our advanced users, they actually tune pretty well our charts, even they started with the original templates that I provide. Okay, now let me see if there's a bunch of other questions. I see it looks like I need to answer. Does this works for Forex or difficult to read volume with it? The Forex doesn't provide, Forex is not a centralized exchange. They don't provide the volume, okay? And also they have a dark pools where the banks exchange directly with the banks, and some activities, I mean, sometimes it can be up to 40% of it. It depends on some days, or 20% of the activities can go outside of the charts at all. So we use CME exchange that provide us that exact data, how many contracts, what the volume is. That's why if you want to use Forex, then you can go and select some of the Forex pairs on as the futures. Yeah, there's some measure of them, like measure of them are right here. You see the Forex right over here. You can select some of these Forex, pairs like Australia USD and blah blah blah, whatever, Euro USD. You can do that as well, but this will provide you the data needed for the volume indicators. Why do we trade the volume indicators and not the Forex? You can trade the same pairs as the futures, what you can see right now. This is the gold in particular, because we believe in data. So in data we believe, because to make educated decision, not just out of the way the candle looks like, just simply on a price action. The price action doesn't show X-ray. When you go to your doctor, no doctor gonna give you any diagnosis without making an X-ray, right? X-ray. So they want to see what's inside of that. And this is what these indicators provided to us. They give us X-ray inside of the candle. So we're seeing more information. And if you're trading the price action, it will make much more sense. And by the way, the best traders come out of the people who trade and the price action and the volume indicators, like what you're seeing right now in front of you. Okay, so if you combine two of these, then you definitely get advantage, because only price, and I can demonstrate it to you, only price action quite often doesn't make a sense. And people in a price action arena, they're like, oh, why? They need to give you other justification in quotes, and it's a bogus justification to justify why they trade the way they trade, and quite often they have no answer at all. And this is exactly what you're getting by believing not only in a price, how the price is moving, but you by believing in data, and data is coming out of the centralized exchanges. The forex market doesn't have the brokers, they're independent brokers. That's why they're fooling you and me, and I don't trade forex with the forex brokers at all. I learned that even Wanda is it is all scheme. All of these brokers, every one of them can fool you and show what they want to show it to you, even to you specifically, okay? And why you lost, or don't let you make more than they wanted to. So it is the totally forged situation. So that's why the forex for me, I will never trade a forex for the rest of my life, because I don't want to believe brokers who are making money out of me, and they are trading counter to you and me. So that's their business scheme, business model. If that's their business model, yeah, I made some tons of money with some of the brokers. I'm not going to tell you which one, but I was able to pull out 30,000, 50,000 dollars. Yes, but I no longer do that. I don't want to put my faith on the brokers of the forex. Okay, so when you on absorption, you have both deltas opposite colors. Let me say the absorption. Okay, let me think about that. Is that absorption? Absorption. I need to give you. Okay, let's open the best answer we're gonna come out of the footprint settings. Okay, let's go to the footprint. Okay, the footprint. Okay, let's take a scroll down. I hope you're seeing this, right? Could you see this settings on the screen? Yeah, I think you do. And okay, this is the imbalance section, number 4. We need to scroll down. This is the absorption 0.5, and this is where you can change the ratio. You can tune up. You can change the filter by volume, what is minimum volume needs to be, because on Asia and New York and a London session, even on gold, which gold is more stable than ES or NQ, is still there is some variations. You want to tune it, and the 4 is, by the way, I have the manual for this. You can download the manual and you can see it on the PDF really clearly. It's available to everyone. Just to go to my user guide on the bestorderflow.com, and there's a menu user guide. You can download a bunch of the manuals, and you can see inside. So the 4, it is the amount of the ticks it's supposed to travel. Okay, it's needed to make this absorption as countable. Okay, so right now there's a no absorption, but now when you see the absorption, let me see if there's a one. Let me see the absorption, because I want to show you example of it. I don't see it right now. Just a second. Just a second. Just a second. Just a second. Still Asian session. It's not like. Okay, just a second. I saw that recently, because live example is actually better than simply talking about that. You will see the difference between the color of the candle and the delta 1. Okay, you will see that difference. between the candle color of the candle, if the candle is red and the delta one is red, that's a congruency. But if the candle is green and the delta is red, then it's gonna show you the sign. Oh, geez, no. Oh, sorry, I mix up. I'm mixing up. There is not just the absorption is actually, sorry, I'm completely mix up. The absorption is those red, green and red rectangles, and that's correct. But there is another indicator that somehow stuck in my mind. It's actually on the footer. Okay, sorry guys, footer. What I'm talking about, this footer, you see this footer? The footer, on the footer we have delta divergence. That's what in my mind. So the absorption is shows by the rectangles right at the candle on the left side. And the delta divergence is divergence between the delta color and the color of the candle or a bar. Okay, sorry for this. I mess up because the delta diversion actually marked with some red, some round like ball over here at the bottom of the candles, and I don't see it right now. Maybe there is some on this chart. Let's see it right over here. Maybe there will be a more. Yeah. So let me clear up again. The answer is the absorption is shown by the rectangles left of the candle. Okay, like you see the bottom candle right there, right here. You see this bottom candle? There is a few rectangles at the very top of the lowest bar. There's a green candles left of the bar or the tail. Okay, those absorptions. Okay, if you can see that, it's easy for me to see it because I used to. Okay, but maybe for you, I need to take off the heat map. If I take off the heat map or some other indicators. Anyway, go and download my manual on the user guide, and it's easy to find it, and you will see the quite an obvious difference. Okay, so by the way, what you're seeing right in front of you is a 4K resolution, and you can turn on your highest quality of the stream, and you will see it in the very crispy. Okay, very crispy. It shouldn't be blurred on your side. Okay. How best we can use those charts for ES and NQ simultaneously within short period of time. Yes, I do use when I trade the NQ. I love to see the ES near side by side. I naturally do that because sometimes you can see the co-influence, it's actually helpful to trade the ES and NQ side by side. So I have a templates for NQ and ES, and I do love to trade. My favorite is actually NQ between the ES and NQ. But when I see a perfect situation on the ES, I jump in and I just trade. See, I love to trade a perfect co-influence situation. And when I see it happens on ES, I jump in and I trade. Because sometimes you can wait for the perfect situation like a day or two or a few hours. So, but whatever I do some projects on my main screen, which is 49-inch OLED LG TV with a high frequency for gamers. And I have two other monitors, rest of me, which is also a gamer's monitor is 32 inches. And so I have a few charts running. And when I see that there's a situation, the first situation that I see is giving me by the this you see this pigtail chart with the pigtail patterns. That is the first ever when I notice something, I notice right here. When I notice a situation right here, then it gives me, aha, okay. Then I go and dive into the details on the footprint and liquidity and all of that, make it my decision to enter or to exit or to, whatever, and I put stops. Now, that's how I do trade. But I do trade like I do when I do trade NQ. Almost always I do have another chart for the ES. I hope it helps you. I cannot answer some of your questions in a great details because it's going to take forever and it may be another topic. I do live streams every Monday, by the way. I do live streams after the market closed. I do live streams and I do support for you guys on my Discord. And whatever questions you have about indicators, whatever questions you have about tuning indicators, templates, all of this, I do provide a support and love to answer because if you're a user, you need to know what you're doing. You need to get oriented. And believe me, I tune my templates. If I do like NQ or ES, I tune it 3 times. One time on Asian, one time on London, one or maybe 2 times on the New York sessions. That's what I do. I mean, because I want to see what I want to see. That makes sense for me. The chart is talking to me, whispering to me. Okay. So, and when I see what I want to see, oh, this is something going on this gold chart. Interesting. You see the ranges are fascinating. There's quite an interesting difference between the range type of bars and the timely or second or minutes time frames, and you need to use it for different reasons. Not many people understand. They're simply saying, "Oh, I would like to trade only time frames," or another ones. I'm going to trade, the ranges, and they don't understand the freaking difference, and it's a different purposes. Okay, let me read some of you other questions. Yeah, regarding the blurrity, it should be absolutely crispy clear because it's a highest resolution and it is a 4K streaming. Yeah, it is a 4K streaming, guys. 4K streaming. Again, it is the 4K. So rest of it, it depends on the device that you're receiving it and on the settings that you have on your YouTube. If you up it up, you will see a crispy clear. And if you have an OLED monitor or a TV like me, oh man, it's gonna be pretty good. Let me do it, by the way. Let me do it myself, okay? Could I see that? Could I see that? Okay. Yeah, it's actually when you switch to 4K. Yeah, I see it absolutely fantastically crispy clear. Yeah, it's really good. Okay, let me adjust it a little bit. This one little bit and this one. Oh no, it's supposed to be lower and this one is supposed to be lower. I want to see if it's aligned with the words on the left that I have for the names of for the indicators. Okay, and okay, what is the difference between the range and the time chart? Can you get these charts as a templates? Exactly, I do have them. I already have these templates. I have a templates for ES, NQ, MES, MNQ, GC, MGC. I have it and I share it. And I have it for most of them for the New York time, but I do also have it for the Asia time, and I share all of that. And I share it, and I do have a templates for each package. If you buy only one package, You get only one package template chart templates, which all of these indicators assembled from that package, and you can just like click and download all of them, and boom, it's going to be right on your screen. If you need it only for package 2, second package, yes, I have the templates developed only for all of those tickers and instruments only for the package 2. If you have a package only 3, you can download the templates for each of these tickers and instruments only for package 3. And then I do have the templates for the each indicators as well. So dude, so there's so many templates because I want you to start and running it as fast as possible, and the rest of it depends on your skills, to manage the templates and play with them. Even even with these templates, people mingle and they don't know what they're doing, but that's not up to me. I provide capacity for you to start using it as fast as possible. Okay, so there's a templates. I mean, now I need to explain you about the MBO because I missed to explain you MBO, the package number 4. I'm gonna do that. Let's see some of the questions. I got the old ones in light mode. Oh yeah, that's old one. Yeah, light mode is the all-time my templates. Those charts are sharp and very pleasing. Yeah, you can, oh geez, you can change the colors. You can change the background. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Okay. Okay. Now, guys, look, regarding the setup, I see that there's some people bought all 4 packs. Number 1, I provided the user guide. You know how long it took me to develop the user guide? How many hours I spent to develop instructions? User guide, it is the set of instructions for best order flow indicators. Okay. And the short version, what I wanted to say. What I'm going to say, the short version, what I'm going to planning to say. You see this website? Let me explain it a little bit, because there's you see this user guide menu, and there's the chapters. By the way, whatever you type, you will see the answer right here. It's a pretty good and quick search. You want to see connections, how to connect level 2, level whatever. It's going to give you the bunch of them. Okay, connected. Okay, connection. Okay, and you will see the bunch of the links from this user guide. Or you have a get error, you type the error. Okay, you have a problem with the license, you type the word license. That's how fast you can go and see the corresponding the article right here. But right now, okay, over here, bottom line, this is created for people who are, and I'm gonna talk slow, regular users who use NinjaTrader without experience or thoroughly thinking. It's naive users. Why? Here's the reason. Let me tell you. Here's the reason. Because on the Ninja, you can get bunch of indicators, and which developed by newbies, not by professional developers. And they're gonna give you, okay, download this indicator, this one, this one, this one, this one, and people download bunch of free junk indicators from whoever on the Ninja, and then they're saying, oh, if you go on the Ninja forum, by the way, if you go on the Ninja forum, you will find the article which attracts the most of the attention about why NinjaTrader platform is slow. I wanna respond to all of them. The NinjaTrader platform is only slow in your hand hand of the naive user that downloaded bunch of the garbage indicators you not really needed, or indicators that is not updated to the latest NT8 version. Because Ninja is always updating the versions, but those who give you or sell you indicators, they are not always updating according to the latest version their indicators for the Ninja platform. That's why Ninja open it for everybody to create indicators. But if you don't understand what you're doing, your Ninja needs to be tuned up. And you know that you need to know that you need to get rid of the some indicators that slows you down. And if you tune your Ninja, it performs so fast. It's one of the best out of the many platforms out there. It is. And the main point of this user guide on our website is, hey, make a clean NT8 installation by removing all your favorite, whatever the indicators you practically married on. Remove all indicators. Remove your Ninja platform completely. And install the new, download the new fresh. And then when you install our indicators, you will have no problem. You will spend no time. It's running out of the box. But if you merit on some of your indicators you cherish, and you already like people don't understand, before you start doing like a using the some of the software that help you to trade, bunch of the prop firms at the same time, copiers. You don't understand how to trade, but you're already copying. You don't have skills, but you're already copying, because you're calculating the money in your bank that you're projecting you're going to earn. And that's why you will never become a trader. Sorry, I'm going to tell you guys unpleasant truth. Many traders will never become a traders because they are not intended to develop their skills and to read the chart in front of you, but they already use some automation, some kind of the system, some kind of the blah, 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 and bunch of indicators that I recommend you. Start with if you start trading with only this, what you see right in front of you, peak tail, and by the way, I have a template for this as well, peak tail pattern on a 10 range for any tickers, you trade it for a month, you can improve yourself dramatically. Your results will be much more stable. Guys, you're seeing my results where I was trading on the NinjaTrader Championship, whatever the competition that they have, on both of them. On one of them, I made 100% positive trades. On another one, I lost one trade to a stop loss. Okay, on both of them, I earned about 600. We were allowed to trade only micros. And you can see my results, okay, anyway, on the Discord, you can see it on the Telegram, whatever. And you can be consistent. And this is your goal, to be consistent. When you are consistent, then when you add copiers or whatever automation, it will make sense. But most of you guys already have in mind money that you earn instead of developing new skills. This is the cold truth. I have a bunch of students, guys. I train a bunch of other people. I know statistics. What's in your mind, most of you will never become a trader if you don't want to be a consistent. If you don't want to understand the charts and read the charts in front of you and use more than one factor, but a bunch of the co-factors, which exactly what you see on this very chart, bunch of the cofactors. You want to use 3 cofactors or 2 cofactors or 5 cofactors, and that gives you a stability in your earnings. And when you're stable, you can increase amount of the contracts tenfold and make tenfold more. This is the goal, okay? Now, my main point for the user guide is this page. Make a clean installation, okay, like clean installation. Let's see where this. Okay, and by the way, so I highly recommend you to read every how to clean NT8, okay, not clean NT8, attention. This is the how to clean NT8. This is the cool instructions. It is a chapter, section 4, how to clean NT8. So if you follow this instruction and you start installing our indicators, it's gonna run out of the box. You will have no problem to install even our MBO package, which is very sensitive though, okay? Because many people have a double files, the duplicate files that some unprofessional coders they added to their package for installation, and they shouldn't because Ninja already have them. So if you follow this instruction, every single word, you will have no problem to run any our packages, and your Ninja will perform fast. Okay, so that was my little spiel about the speed of the Ninja. And if somebody is complaining, oh, Ninja is, other people complain it's slow, they complain because they are morons and they're stupid and they never seen this user guide. I'm saying it not because I want to say those words, but because I was one of them. And so we developed this user guide on purpose. So even if you don't buy any indicators from the best order flow, don't have to. I highly recommend you to read this user guide and tune your Ninja. Read every single chapter, and you will see even some errors, like some errors. Where is it? Where's the errors? Errors and problems. You can able to tune. There is a troubleshooting checklist. You can tune whatever the charts you have, and you can tune your own Ninja. Like there's a bunch of good recommendations, and that will stratosphere put your Ninja speed in stratosphere. Ninja is one of the truly one of the best because you don't know other platforms. When you start working on the other platforms, what kind of other platforms have their problems, okay? So people complain about Ninja in a large amount of people because there's a large amount of people trading Ninja platform, and a large amount of people don't know how to use the Ninja properly. So it takes skills, guys. Sorry, but when you do it correctly, you're gonna enjoy it, and it's gonna fly. Really, the NinjaTrader gonna fly in your hands fast and really well. Okay, so let me see what's going on my okay, here we go. Okay, on my stream and see some of your questions. They are very useful for me. Along with available templates, we can be up quickly. Yeah, you can. Yeah, I mean, the question is, do the all packs work with the prop firms data? I do highly recommend to get data from the prop firms, from the Apex or Bullinox. I use Bullinox. I get the coupon to get the Bullinox for $15, guys. Bullinox, only with the coupons, I'm getting $15 account, and then with that you can get a data one, and then you can, according to whatever the instruments you want to trade, you buy the data on CME or other exchanges from them as well. So that's the source of the rhythmic data from the prop firms, okay? And it's only the option for all of you because the way it is. Okay, so that you need a rhythmic through the prop firm, whatever prop firm you wanted to. But two major ones I know that most of the people that I know that using for our indicators is from the Bullinox or from Apex. So data level 1 and data level 2. Nobody sell the data level 3. It's not existed in the nature. Data level 3, it is the jargon that people use. It is actually part of the data level 1. But level 1, let's say it's just like unfiltered data or filter it in a specific way. But the rhythmic actually have the MBO data inside of the data level 1. So that's what you need. Only data level 1 and data level 2 if you want to use the heat map or a pass dom or whatever the liquidity heat maps you want to use, ledger, then you need the data level 2. Okay. So from a exchange, which ticker or instrument you want to use, because not every not every instrument or ticker can be on CME. Okay, so they can send you a PDF, and also we have it on our instructions on user guide as well. So thank you. So okay. Yeah, of course. I mean, okay. The things is, yeah, the Ninja is actually free. Don't buy the paid version. You can get a free version, NinjaTrader. Don't use the Google account to log in, by the way. Don't create your own login. And the first things when you buy any indicator from anybody, you don't use it right away. You get used to how to tune it. You get used to what it is, what it shows on the chart, what it tells me, what it is about. And it spent probably a month for a footprint because there's a lot of information and you need to just get used to it. Okay, they get a habit to see, to look, you eyeballing it. That's what it is about. And then you get another package or another indicator. So it's the same like when you start learning the Adobe Photoshop or you start learning Adobe whatever program, you do it the same way. You go and you check every menu. You go and click on everything what is clickable, checkable, whatever. That's the same things what you do with the Ninja platform and with the indicators. You get used to it. It's impossible to get any new indicator, especially for people who are new for it, and start immediately trade it. I mean, like that's not realistic for anybody, guys. So just get to used to it. So let's see if I miss any questions. Yeah, I was trying to answer I put four of them, but not fully set up in my system. Yeah, the fully set up is easy if you do a clean installation, remove the completely NinjaTrader, remove it completely from remove it, and follow instructions how to do it on our user guide, how to do a clean installation. So you remove the old files and all folders and then install the brand new. And then you will have a out of the box, all indicators gonna work. If you wanted to add other indicators, your favorite ones, you can on top of that installation of the best order flow. But sometimes I'm seeing that those indicators that people add, they contain some code that is not needed, and it's prevent the Ninja working well. So just be careful about that. So of course, our indicators can work with other indicators, yes, but if you don't know how to remove the duplicate files, then you need to read instructions how to read and what can be those duplicate files. Okay, just to educate yourself about that. So when you do it properly, yeah, you can run a bunch of other indicators along with the best order flow indicators. Yeah, is that possible? Absolutely. Do I recommend it? No. So I still have. Do you guys have questions um, about the what you see on the right side, it is the MBO. So right now it's a little bit too early yet, but let me see the settings for the iceberg. One of the fascinating things about the MBO that we are the first ever on the Ninja platform that came up with the market by order. Let me see the icebergs. What the settings for icebergs? I would like to see what is the volume minimum 1. Okay, volume for max. Okay, minimum shape. Shape minimum 20. If it's a visual settings, minimum volume is 9. Okay, that was for New York. Okay, let's see if I'm gonna do. Pack 4 is MBO, DOM, and MBO iceberg. I'm gonna apply iceberg right now, and I may even remove the footprint so you can see it clearly. Pack 4 is the iceberg and the DOM, MBO iceberg and MBO DOM. And it is the reason why I'm saying that is the MBO iceberg, because there's some people selling icebergs that is synthetic, which mean, or ideal, they call it, which means that maybe I can take it footprint out of the situation. Let me take this footprint out, which means they have their own formula and they calculate it based on a level 2 data, not on a base level 3 data. If the iceberg is not calculated based on a level 3 data, that means it's not the iceberg from the exchange. What we're doing with this iceberg, MBO icebergs, why we call it MBO iceberg, because the iceberg is the service that provided by the exchange. If you're a large buyer, you want to buy it like undercover. You don't want others to see your orders, even on level 2, right? So you want to like put a container which you can feel and refill, feel and refill. And that is what iceberg is for, and the exchange, CME exchange, actually charging it for. Okay, there's a money you pay with this service. There is some software like Bloomberg probably can do it without that. They have some software, but it's a quite expensive platforms. Okay, let me see MBO DOM. I want to do iceberg. Oh, I want to remove the footprint. Okay, I want to make a footprint invisible. Okay, visible, invisible. Here we go. So this is the for a sake that you can see the icebergs. Do you guys see the icebergs? So I'm not sure how they look to you, but this is the beginning of the Asian session anyway. Anyway, let's see if there's some icebergs we can talk about. There's no large icebergs so far. I don't see the large ones, but okay. But there is a way to see them right here. They're teeny, okay, like this one, the square, this one. It is the iceberg number, what? Volume is 8, I think. It's probably the same. And this is the iceberg. And this is the round spheric iceberg, not the square, okay? So it's a little bit too early. Let's wait. And I mean, London probably gonna give you, or closer to the London session, it give you much more icebergs than what we're seeing right now. So this and this and this and that is the icebergs. Okay, now this is the icebergs that provided by CME Exchange. Woo! This is the cluster icebergs. You see, do you see, guys, right now? This is amazing, amazing. So, just by looking at this situation, this is where the icebergs were conceived or placed and executed right over here. You see the lifeline? On every single tick, they place it the icebergs. You see these bubbles right there on top of them? Yes, like not on top, below them. So there's a sale is going on, a massive sale, and you see that there is a liquidity is not always the heat map is not always helpful, because some activity you can see only and only and only with the icebergs. You see what's going on right now? This is the cluster of buying icebergs. So they were thinking to buy here, and their order were placed over here, but the prices struck them unexpectedly, and so they kind of sitting in the trap. These buying orders by icebergs, but you see a bunch of them. The clusters are more valuable than single icebergs. Okay, now with this dome, you will see the icebergs replenishment, refilling, like if you have some medicine you need to refill. And with this dome, this is the only, guys, do I love to say it? Tell me, do I proud to say it? Absolutely, I am proud. I am absolutely proud to say it. This is the only dome, MBO dome, that show you how the icebergs refill in real time. So these icebergs filled in completely. But our dome, I mean, it's actually easy to show you on the ES. The larger icebergs you can see on the ES about 1 hour before the close on the New York. But you see the remaining iceberg, if it's not filled completely, you will see the white order right here, and you will see the lifeline going from like the iceberg to the dome, toward the dome. That means it's still expected to refill more in the iceberg container, more orders. I don't see it right now though. But you see, like this one is like, wow, this is like a large order on an MBO. We're seeing that. I mean, there's a large orders right now. There's like, wow, that situation is amazing. Okay. Oh no, this is a level 2, and this is the MBO dome. Okay, I need to make a more space, guys. Excuse me. I'm gonna do properties, and let's see what 550. I'm gonna do what. I'm gonna do 650, right? So I will have enough. We have a high screen resolution. I need to click apply, and so it's gonna be away from the price line. Not from the price line, from the dome. So there will be enough space, enough the distance. So, okay, because this is the heat map from the past dome, this is the sellers, this is the buyers. This is the MBO, it shows the immediate situation. So heat map doesn't show you immediate situation. Yes, you can scalp without the MBO DOM, but the MBO DOM is give you, guys, you can download my training. It's called the Sniper MBO, which I use for the gold, by the way. Sniper MBO, it is a free PDF, and you can see, I have 20 or 30 slides, by the way, for now, but at least you can see 10 of them. That will be enough for you to start to see this particular strategy how do I choose to enter? Why do I choose to enter? Based on the MBO and the heat map, but most of it based on the MBO. MBO show you up to the second or a millisecond, fraction of the second situation with the orders, and you can see if there's like 10 of them, seven of them, or if there's a bunch of small ones. Like you see that on the total, there's a highlighted. What I highlighted over here, that in the situation when there's a bunch of small orders, not just the one big order sitting here, will be on this price line, then it's gonna highlight it for me, because a bunch of small orders for me more reliable than one large, because one large like this 17 can be removed and boom, the whole price line is not gonna hold anymore. So you can see flipping that happens over here, or people get scared, they remove their orders. You see it in real time, and you can make a high frequency algo. By the way, we released the access to data for our MBO data. We have released the access for MBO data. You can build your own MBO based indicators if you wanted to. You can build your own algo, you can build your own bots, you can go and hire a programmer and they're gonna do it for you, because we release the complete MBO access to the MBO data. Okay. Now, we actually today we're releasing the data for these three indicators, that is on top, in the middle, and below. We actually already built it. And I can release it even today, or maybe after this stream, or maybe tomorrow, that access to this data that can be used for the algo, or for the whatever the needs a builder, strategy builder, and we actually provide examples. Okay, you can use it on other builders, not only on Ninja Builder, strategy builder, but on another builders. And so, the MBO data that we release to access to everybody is up to the millisecond. That is what takes for scalping and high frequency scalping. Okay, milliseconds. So you see this cluster of the buying icebergs, the price eventually came back to them because there were trapped buyers. These icebergs were trapped buyers. So the price actually tuned up to them. At least they wanted to unlock it. I don't know if they wanted actually to buy from this low price to go higher. Definitely the price is going to go up to this particular range where it is the rectangle, to this particular range. So the price will attend and revisit this spot. Yeah. Yeah, these people who were entered into the buying mode right over here with their icebergs, they can get out even right over here. It doesn't take them for the whole day to get out of the trade. Or they can keep going even higher and higher, because bottom line is where our peak tail pattern is. This is the peak tail pattern. You see, oh, by the way, when somebody asks me what's the difference between the range and the time bars, you see this range is like over here. Okay, when you're seeing this range bars, you see it's going up and down, and it's 10 ticks. Okay, until it fulfill the bar in one direction, it's not going to be closed. It needs to build 10 up or 10 down, or 10 up or 10 down. It's a good for defining the trend. Like that's exactly what I use for defining the trend, but you don't see what actually happens inside of it, because it is the summary. It is the summary. It is the summary, okay? It is the summary. Range is the summary. You don't see price folding inside like it folds over here. Why do I want to see how the price is folding? Because I'm getting the clue for the range. I see this range, I see that range, I see this range. Okay, that's almost impossible on the range bar, type of the bar, right? This is range 10 bars. Yes, range 10. But I want to see the folding of the price inside. That gives me a bunch of information, especially if you are trading based on the price action, not auction. No. Yeah, you can log into the NinjaTrader to download the free NinjaTrader. Yes, My point was, when you choose the username to get on their website, don't use Gmail. Don't use Gmail as username. Come up with a username like Alex Bob 22 whatever. Okay. My point is, when you're creating the username, don't log in with your Gmail account automatically. Okay. That's the point. So just use your common sense. And it is an instruction as well. Okay. So anyway, so now that was the iceberg. Okay. And there's only one strategy that I ever seen that people use the icebergs. This is such a new area of trading that there's no tutorials how to trade icebergs properly, except what I have done. Okay. On a book map, it is a quite simple, oversimplified version. Trade from the extremums, the icebergs on extremums, and that's the only recommendations that they provide. I never seen yet on a book map anyone who is proficient and who is a good teacher of their skills. There's three people on the book map who are very proficient, but when they teach, I wanna kill them because they don't have a teaching style. They're a good trader for trading themselves, but they have no skills to pass this experience, this knowledge to others. Of course, I'm not going to kill anybody. I'm just saying emotionally, I'm so disturbed. My skills are educating. I am a professional in education. I have a degree in education, master degree in education. I'm tuned to phrase it so if you are a foreigner, you will understand me. If you are native English, you will understand me. I tune to make a complex simple. This is my skills. I'm not a young boy. I know my skills. I learned it all my life. And that's why when I see other educators, I can judge them as an educator. And the point about the icebergs, I don't see anyone making sense out there to teach how properly trade icebergs, because it's a new arena. The MBO indicators, it is the new area, and not too many people understand combination of the how to trade interaction between level 1 and level 2. Not too many people. And between the level 1 and level 2 and the MBO, even less people. This is the new area for experiments, for developing new type of indicators that no one even seeing. It's not even conceived, okay? That's what we're doing right now, by the way. We're developing new indicators that no one ever seen those. Because the MBO data is such a granular, particular data that provides us ID for each order. So we can track each order. And that's why we are able to develop more granular or more sophisticated indicators than footprint or heat map, than indicators based on a level 2. So if you're seeing indicators that people selling you, oh, I'm selling you indicators for Ninja as iceberg indicators, those indicators are, unless they say explicitly MBO based indicators, they are simply a formula that can be wrong, can be right, can be in between. Okay, so just be careful about that. Okay, I'm guessing Trevor is sitting right here on this chat. Trevor, are you here? Anyway, that's a quite interesting situation. By the way, those bubbles, you see those bubbles? They have a numbers running on them. This is again, this is the big delta, big trade delta bubbles. This is the package, ledger package. Right now, it's not really humongous size because it's a still early Asian session, but you will see the bubbles will be a larger in size because of the volume. Volume will be a larger, maybe in a even couple hours. This is still Asian early session, Sydney, whatever, Tokyo, not yet there. And so, but the point of this chart, you see integration of all of these indicators into the one chart, which is a big deal. Why? You can go on our website and you click on the menu speed, and you will see that if there is somebody heat map you can use on the Ninja, it is slowing down. It's not going to perform really well on a wild New York session, high volatility open. Okay. They freeze in 8 minutes. All of the other heat maps get frozen. The charts get frozen. You can't trade it. They get delayed. They are lagging. The only heat map, it is by best order flow that's still performing, up to date, and not lagging. When you add heat map with the footprint and with the MBO on the same chart, it's gonna drain more resources from your CPU. And it's gonna, in the situation with other manufacturers or third-party developers, indicators for Ninja, we are the champions in performance. We are, because that's the reason why we develop our indicators. We don't copy other people's code, which is easy. We doing our own formula, we doing our own in-house coding, and we optimize in a very different way. That's why in a competition for the speed and efficiency, we are best performers officially. There's no any other company that perform better. That's why we're charging not based on price, guys. We're charging based on the quality and of our indicators. Okay, that's bottom line. You see that this green and red heat map make more sense? Does it make sense? Yeah. Then the other heat map, which I can turn on. Okay, I can turn on just on top of that. Let me see it. 1 second. I'm gonna turn on the other heat map on top of that. We'll see if we're gonna see it or not. Apply. Yeah. Okay. Let's make it visible. 1 second. Boom. Baga boom. 1 second. It's calculating. Here we go. This is the regular heat map, and it's kind of like a bright But because there's the same kind of the color scheme above the price and below, you need to get used to it to distinguish between buying on level 2 and sellers on level 2. Although, yeah, it looks nice too. But it's such, you see the clarity of that? You see the crispiness of the chart? You see that you can make a decision just by looking at that much faster and easier. It gives a sense. This chart make a sense what it shows it to you. And then you can go on the indicators and you can add footprint on top of that. This is a complete integration. Say okay, apply, and let's the heat map, not the heat map, footprint being on top of that. What you're seeing right now is never done by anybody, by any company, by any platform, except bestorderflow.com. Can I be proud for this? Proud to deliver you astonishing quality chart. Astonishing, amazing chart quality, and being proud for that. Because now it can make sense. When you look at the footprint, you see information on the bid and ask, you see the exhaustion, you see the absorption, you see the POC, point of control. By the way, on the left side, you can see more information, which I didn't address it yet, like a immediate delta. This is, you see, minus 27 immediate delta right here on the bar. While it's developing, it's calculating the delta. You don't have to wait until this footprint will finish this bar. You can see if delta is building up, it's gonna start showing the numbers on the left and gonna give you a left bar, left of this, the candle bar. Okay, you see there's like a double of them. You can make it wider or slimmer. You see, that's what it is. This is just absolutely amazing that this is a negative going down bar and there's a delta on both on all of that, and it's still after that we have a reaction to go higher. What does it tells me? Absorption. These sellers were absorbed. Now you see this is the iceberg indicator. And there's a special, I'm not gonna explain you details, but you can download the manual and you can see why this is bright yellow. This is absolutely, you see it's changing the numbers. Boom. Actually, it wasn't iceberg, it was aggressive. But I have it on the PDF. It explains what it is, because sometimes the level 2 orders can be placed as aggressive orders. And I do have a whole page explanation of that. That's a phenomena. Okay, anyway. So there is a more on the footprint that makes sense and help you to, you see like this minus 12, this is a developing bar left of it. Hard to see. Okay, now it's zero, it's not there anymore because there's a filter for the delta minus 27 delta right here, developing minus 26. Okay, let's see. In this particular portion of this bar, we're seeing the delta not only as the total summary for the whole delta, which you can see on this one. This is the indicator for it, but you can see the delta for this portion of the bar. That is absolutely never done before. Footprint. So this is why this footprint is okay. You see this white, this is the iceberg. You see this line, it's gonna be refilled. You see this 20 or whatever, 10, It's been already fulfilled. The iceberg was sitting there long time on the left side. You see this line, lifeline for this iceberg? It was filled in here, and now it's filling, and it's waiting another refilling. You see this line? It's waiting another refill. It's going to be refilled now. You're going to see in the life this iceberg will be refilled. Let's take a second to see that. This is fascinating. You've never seen any dome that is capable to show it to you. Okay, let's wait another couple of seconds. We'll see if the price will come to this. Boom. You see this? Iceberg was refilled right over here. We just passed this. Okay, we just passed this price line. Boom, we went through, and that was the iceberg that was started right there on the left side, filled in here, refilled over here again. Yeah, if you want to see more dramatic situations like that, you go on the ES on the New York Times and you will see it. You see, this iceberg was actually conceived long time, where it was started over here, then they move it higher, then they refill it one time, second time over here. Nobody can show it to you except the best order flow. So that's why we are striving to produce you absolutely unique indicators. We are not copycat anybody. In fact, the others now is trying to copy us. They're trying to. Even Bookmap is trying to copy us. I'm not going to name you, but there's a bunch of other platforms that trying to copy what we do. But we are ahead of them. They don't know what else we're going to release. We have quite a bunch of the good indicators that we're developing now that no one else on the planet ever developed it. So we have a good goals, and we're trying to deliver you the best what's possible, so you can trade. Okay, any other questions, guys? Are you still there, or should I end this live stream for me talking, because I have other things to do? Or do you have other questions? You can ask me here, or you can go on my Discord and you can ask other questions. Okay, chat general, there's some people in general asking me, what does this signal represent? Okay, okay. So let's see if you guys asking me anything on the Telegram. But my goal was to explain explain what is the trade complete order flow as the subject on this live stream means, actually, as the title actually means. Why it is a complete order flow? Because it combines aggressive and passive sides of the market, both of them, not only footprint, not only heat map, both of them. Plus, we have a granular data from the MBO market by order. And that's what it means to trade the complete order flow. That means to trade the both side of the order flow, both sides execution and interaction between the aggressive and the passive side of the order flow. And we use it with the footprint and a heat map, icebergs and in MBO and other indicators on the same chart. The keyword is integration on the same NinjaTrader chart. This has never been accomplished before, and now it is at your disposal to jump on it. And if you would like to, you can do this, you can trade it, and you can see the chart that no other people ever even able capable to see in such a visual, easy to read and execute presentation as you see right in front of you on this very chart. This is amazing. And if you want to build your own algo bots, do automation, automate some of the parts of the system that you use, yeah, go ahead. We release the complete data, access to data on the MBO market by order. And now we're releasing another data access to these three indicators, which is the speed of market speed, the delta between bid and ask, and the delta level 2, pulling and stacking. So we already built it, and it's a matter for me to publish access to this data, and we have examples. Okay, so we covered all ends of it. So if you want to know, why don't you, if you would like to know the best practices, why don't you come right after the New York close on Mondays, and I have the live Q&A. You can ask me live Q&A questions, and this is what the Mondays are for, okay? Please, if you're capable, come on every Monday and ask me any question you have, like you have right now. What is the best practices? Write the data. Yeah, for the data level 2, there's an option I can show you on the screen. You see, like heat map, for example. You see the heat map, and it says right over here, right. This is at the top left of this quick menu, right. Right now, it is turned off. That means if I close this chart and I start this chart, you're not going to see the data level 2. Historically, it's going to be not recorded unless you're recording it. But I'm going to tell you that the best practices is not to record right on the chart that I'm trading. I have another workspace. I have another workspace with only charts that meant for recording the data level 2. This way, I have to use the 2 workspaces, saves my real estate on my screens, on my monitors, and I don't have to think about this. And I don't have to mingle and mess up, because if you have this right, turn it on the same chart for the same ticker for the same time frame twice, you have then it's going to produce you error, because it doesn't want to double write the same information. It's going to produce you error. So you only write or check this option, write only on a one instrument, one ticker for the one specific time frame. Okay, and the same for the pass DOM, by the way. If you click on the pass DOM, I'm going to click on the pass DOM. The same over here, pass DOM. You see, right is off. It's not even on. But you see the data level 2. Why? What is the heck? Because I can show you my workspace. Where is my main? Okay, this is my workspace, right? Okay, here we go. Just a second. Okay, and okay, I'll let you see this. I hope you're gonna see it, and because this is a kind of like a quick way, and this is my know-how. You see the workspaces? I have this workspace. It's called the templates, that runs right now in front of you. I develop my templates for instruments and tickers and the timeframes to give it to all of you guys. So it needs to be very clean and fast. Now, but at the same time, if I switch from the green to the gray, look what's going to happen if I switch it. Now, I'm getting on my other window, I need to pull it from other monitor and show it to you right here. I have these windows, okay, where I run the same charts with minimum information. minimum display, but it is for recording purposes. 1 second. Like over here, for example, you open the MGC or GC, whatever it is, you open the indicators. Where are the indicators? Here's the indicators, right? You open it, and now what's happening over here, you see there's a like only indicator like a price line and pass DOM and a heat map. You click on a pass DOM, you see it says right. You click on a heat map, it says right. That's where I'm writing my second level data on this workflow for each ticker that I'm using to build the templates for. You don't have to do that, but I have it for ES, I have it for MES, I have it for NQ, I have it for GC, MGC, it's right in front of you. And I have it for MNQ, just a second, I somehow I pull it away. Boom, this is it. So that's what's running with minimum on my other workspace. And now look, I'm gonna click it on the templates workspace. Boom. Now you don't see the other windows at all. They're running on the background. They do consume your CPU, yes. But it's better for me because if I mingle with this chart and I refresh this chart, it's not going to interrupt data level 2, and it's going to be recorded continuously on another workspace. This is what I do. This is a little hint, and I hope it's going to be helpful for you. So over here, I can easily switch whatever the heat map, or if I want to use Ledger for heat map, or I use Pass DOM, I don't refresh this chart, and the information is not going to disappear. Even like this indicator level 2 over here, the data is still there because it's recorded on another workspace, on another workspace. This is a strategic approach, and this is it. But if I don't record it on the other workspace, the level 2 data, and I just refresh this or do whatever, all this data from this indicator will be gone. Now, regarding the iceberg indicator and MBO data, we don't have that yet recorded option for the icebergs. This is for now. We're gonna add it in the new updates, which are gonna come in the new updates. That the icebergs will be recorded. There will be an option to write it. So when you let's say you restart the Ninja or restart the chart, the data will not be disappeared as it is now. If you restart this chart, the data will be disappearing. Okay, it disappeared. Because right now it's in a temporary memory, and it's going to be gone when you update, when you turn on, for example, turn off the Ninja platform and turn it on, boom, the iceberg information for the icebergs will be gone. So we're going to add this yet in our updates, and the same for the MBO. But MBO is a lot of data, a lot of data, a lot of data. Anyway, we're going to add it later, but it's coming. And that's what we're working as well. So that's a little hint that maybe thank you for your question, because I wanted to explain it a long time ago. And now I was able to explain how do I use the two workspaces. One is to trade and to develop whatever my project is and play with the charts. And it's not going to disrupt the recording of the data level 2, because the data level 1 is always updatable. You can update it. Okay, it's easy. So it's there. It's not going to disappear. But the data level 2, yes. Okay. Okay, go ahead. Welcome to Mondays, and ask me specific questions because maybe now I'm not understanding what you're asking. It is recommended to write the data as well. Well, okay, so okay, you get clear now. Okay, yeah, sure. So, but anyway, I highly recommend you to attend Mondays. Not many people attending, and I'm like, why? Are you guys as all good? So welcome, and there will be a time for me to answer your particular questions if you have more, and I'll be glad to because I want you to be an avid user, a pro user, to craft the kind of the chart that talks to you, and then when you're gonna feel it, you're like, oh, okay, that's when you get confident in trading, when the chart is giving you, producing the scenarios or a combination of the cofactors that talk to your mind, to your eyes, to your intuition. Okay, that's why if you attend Mondays, you can ask me whatever questions, how to tune any templates, any whatever the indicators. I'll be glad to. Okay. Why I do that? Because when I start learning footprint long time ago, like 14, 15 years ago, I bought that software from somebody, and when I ask, could you help me, and he's just like, no, do it on your own. I'm like, dude, I spent so many years to learn it on my own, and now I understand each of you. It's better for me to give you education and help you to answer directly on your questions on Mondays, how to tune the indicators, what it is for, and that's why I'm doing this live stream right now. So I'm glad to shorten your time so you can gain experience faster, and I don't want you to feel the pain that what I was feeling for many years, because there's not too many people who actually kind of like explain that it makes sense. They can explain just for sake of explanation. I'm telling you, this is it. Look at over here. No, that's not explanation. That doesn't make sense. Okay. Okay. Anyway, so I know there's not there's some people are great traders, but then they lack in terms of like see, I have my direct intention, and because this is now what me and my team we're developing. Some of my team are really incredible in terms of the coming up with a new concept. Others coming up with the way to code it a different way that they usually other Ninja developers doing. Save the time, make it more efficient. And we also have a security team. We also have a web team. So we have a bunch of team players in our, in our team to develop all of that products. It's not that one person is doing everything. Okay, and I'm coding in a certain areas of this business as well, and I'm trading as well. So this is coming to you out of the hands of the people who trades and who have experience, and that's why we develop what we develop, not just for sake of, hey, let's grab some indicators and repeat that and resell it for a lower price. That's not our business model. We give you a brand new indicators, and we're striving to deliver it in a visual way, so it's going to save you time for making decisions, and it's a visual presentation that talks to you louder than any numbers or Excel charts or Excel tables. All of this, I'm sick of that, and I don't want you to feel sick as well. So nice to spend time with you guys. We'll see you again. Join our Discord, join our Telegram. I provide my support only on the Discord, and please read our manual. This is highly recommended, not to skip single any single chapter on our user guide. It is highly recommended. Even if you don't buy our indicators, even if you don't use our indicators, this user guide will help you to tune the NinjaTrader. Okay, and you can go from the very beginning, learn how I and when I provide the support, and why my support is free, to whom, and to whom my support is going to cost money, because people don't value my support if they have the Ninja platform with a bunch of garbage indicator installed, and then they asking, oh, I need help. Dude, I'm not gonna help you if you have there's so many problems that you don't want to clean. I don't want to clean instead of you. I want you to be sober in terms of indicator. So some of the support is payable, and people love to pay me for support, by the way, and not expected as a granted when it's needed to be paid. But most of the time, you don't need to spend even a penny for any support if you follow instructions on this user guide. Just to go from one section to another, prepare the account, set up the account, prepare the NinjaTrader requirements, follow all of these requirements, synchronize the time, and all of this kind of like, remove the duplicates, whatever. If you have it, antivirus, blah blah blah, all of these installations, it give you installations for the package 1, 2, 3, and additional for package 4, which is required to follow 1, 2, 3 for other packages. So if you skip this, you will never install the package 4 correctly if you skip the instructions for the package 1 or 2. Okay, so it's built on top of that, so it's gonna work out of the box, right? And there's a bunch of the users who never installed our indicators. They follow these instructions, boom baga boom, out of the box, all of the best order flow indicators works, and they don't even approach to me, so they don't have to pay any penny for me. And I love it because they don't distract me from whatever I'm working on. Okay, because I'm trading as well, and I have the team of people to manage, to work with, and it's not the easy peasy things. It's a lot of time. And imagine if you only one asking me questions, how about the 50 people, how about 500 people asking me question? Even single question, as every time it takes me my attention to reply, at least with the one word, just to imagine. So I love not to be paid for any support, guys, at all. So I do it only when it's necessarily, and when the person is in total problems. We can log into your computer, we can help you clean it up, we can help you to do whatever needs to be done, and resolve any problems. So we've done it many times. But if you follow the user guide, boom, you're on your own, and you get educated, you get much more professional of user of the NinjaTrader, and you know how to troubleshoot, because there's one chapter for troubleshooting. What happens when you, because you need to ask the questions: is that a best order flow indicators, or it's a platform? Is that your skills, or is that the indicators? Is that other indicators, or that's best order flow indicators? You need to ask yourself those questions, but many people don't even think about it. They just send me, hey, I installed this and nothing on my charts. Like, they don't even say what they install. Okay, I'm like, dude, are you serious? Are you adult? So, but I have a bunch of people who approach me on this very primitive level. They don't even introduce themselves, their names, and like, how could I help you if I don't even understand your name, your username, what package you install? And I spending my time for nonsense like that every day. So I rather let you be educated yourself and read the user guide, which is really awesome. I have many people respecting it and telling me, hey, this is the best user guide I ever seen. Best. I have people from other professions that coming to me and telling me, I am a professional in this area on that one, but never seen such a thorough, well-developed user guide. So, guys, I'm proud to say, yeah, I spend my time. And if you want me to add something, send me a request. Send me something that I maybe missed, or maybe it can be said in a shorter way, because English is not my first language. I'm a first generation immigrant to came in this country. But anyway, I'll be glad to update my user guide with whatever you can find can be helpful for many others, because many others will read it, install it, and use it. Okay. Now, thanks everybody, and see you again on Mondays, or on the chats like that. See you on the Discord, see you on the Telegram. Thank you very much for your questions. I think it was very helpful. So this live stream gonna run probably all night. It's a night for me, and but it is gonna run without me talking. Or maybe I'm gonna interrupt it to finalize it. So I'm gonna produce it as the video, and then I'm gonna restart it. So see you guys, and thank you very much for your questions. Your questions were right up to the point. I love them, and it provided me a good juice to talk about Ninja platform, and the best indicators on the planet. See you. Bye-bye.